and welcome to the Narrowing Path, Walking the Spiritual Walk. My name is Steve Van Eiderstein. Thank y'all for joining me today as we go through and we do today's reading, which is May 21st, reading of James Allen's Daily Meditations. And it's been a great couple of days over being able to find peace today, being able to find peace in this life, this joy, these promises that many ascribe to the afterlife, to a heaven of sorts. But you can find all of these things today. And my experience has shown that. My experience has proven that. And maybe it will be even more than I can imagine or than I can experience in this life if there is a hereafter or whatnot. But let me tell you, it's this way of living this spiritual life has been a blessing for me. So I'm looking forward to what the 21st of May brings. This will be fresh to you and fresh to me, meaning this will be my first time reading this right on this podcast right here. And you'll get my genuine response, reactions, observations, and what I relate to about the reading. So here we go. This is May 21st's reading of James Allen's Daily Meditation. The kingdom of heaven is perfect trust, perfect knowledge, perfect peace. The children of the kingdom are known by their life. They manifest the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, meekness, temperance, self-control. Under all circumstances and vicissitudes, they are entirely free from anger, fear, suspicion, jealousy, caprice, anxiety, and grief. Living in the righteousness of God, they manifest qualities which are the very reverse of those which obtain in the world. And which are regarded by the world as foolish. They demand no rights. They do not defend themselves. They do not retaliate. Do good to those who attempt to injure them. Manifest the same gentle spirit towards those who oppose and attack them as towards those who agree with them. Do not pass judgment on others. Condemn no man and no system, and live at peace with all. That kingdom is in the heart of every man and woman. Now, that is a beautiful description of how we should act, how we should present ourselves, and how we should be examples of this way of living, but also how we identify other people that are walking this type of life, that are living this, taking this spiritual journey right along with us, unbeknowingly or not. And you can see it by their actions and demeanors and characteristics and character qualities. And it's an amazing thing. I've ran into people while I was still living a self-willed life, a life serving myself and my selfish ends and self-centered demands. And I've ran into these people and I didn't understand them. I actually considered them ignorant. I thought I knew more than them. How wrong I was. I thought I was smarter than them. But the reality of it is, I just didn't understand that they had peace. And I just thought I knew so much. This is my ignorance shining right through, and my arrogance more so shining right through. I thought I knew so much about the world that there was no way I could ever have true peace in it. I thought I would be resigned to a life of an emotional roller coaster and despair. And they were just too dumb to understand that what life was really about. And it was all the time me missing the mark. So I've ran into these people throughout the course of my life and the history of my life. And now I understand. I have a concept. I have a perspective that I didn't have when I first started here, right? And it's kind of an amazing thing to look back and say there was a lot of people trying to show me a better way to live, and I just I couldn't handle it. I couldn't stomach it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll break this one down line by line. The kingdom of heaven is perfect trust, perfect knowledge, perfect peace. I mean, those are pretty substantial promises right there. And the perfect trust, perfect knowledge, perfect peace, right? Trust, perfect love. These are, and perfect as well, right? Like trust, knowledge, and peace are very important words, but perfect, pure, perfected, refined, without blemish, right? I feel like I get glimpses of what that might be, but the truth of the matter is I don't know fully. But I do believe I will get there. Excuse me. The children of the kingdom are known by their life. I mean, that line is powerful. That line is so matter of fact. It's so enlightening, because a lot of people talk about this path, but they don't walk this path. The children of the kingdom are known by their life. So how we live, what we bring into our life, what we attract in our life, they manifest the fruits of the Spirit. Now, we are talking again about the fruits of the Spirit mentioned in the Bible. And those are love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, meekness, temperance, and self-control, right? So these are these are amazing qualities to have. To be loving, to have joy, to have love, to have joy, to have peace, to have long suffering, to be able to endure these things. Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, meekness, temperance, self-control. These are the earmarks of Stoicism. These are the earmarks of religions and multiple religions, not just Christianity. These are the qualities people look for in spiritual advisors, in spiritual ways of living. This isn't new, this isn't unique to just Christianity, I don't believe. And the people that manifest these character qualities in their life are the ones that are on this path of knowledge, on this path of living. The children of the kingdom, is that he called them in here. And this next part's fantastic, because this is the crucial part. Under all circumstances and vicissitudes, so dramatic changes in someone's life, right? Those fruits of the Spirit will be manifested under all circumstances and vicissitudes. And the individual is entirely free from anger, fear, suspicion, jealousy, caprice, anxiety, and grief. Regardless of circumstance, regardless of situation or individual, these qualities need to be exacted out by the person that lives this way of life. And the thing is, they won't find it taxing most of the time either. They will find it to be their duty to function that way, right? Like, we do not, after enough practice, these ways of living become second nature. Because for a long time, my primary nature was, or my primary operations was in anger, fear, suspicion, jealousy, caprice, anxiety, and grief. I used to function from there. And now I understand that's how I am, or how it can be if I entertain a life that's serving myself. But when I have a desire, when I desire more to serve God than I have a desire to serve myself, I can practice these primarily, the fruits of the Spirit. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Thank this universe, this God, the Creator, this energy, this whatever you want to call it, whatever you subscribe to. I am so grateful for that energy, that power, that God, whatever that means to you, being there. He goes on to say here, living in the righteousness of God, they manifest qualities which are the very reverse of those which obtained in the world and which are regarded by the world as foolish. So when we live and walk this righteous path, we start to get these fruits of the Spirit, which by the world standard, this materialistic, superficial world standards, do not serve us, right? They do not help us achieve the goals that this material world sets upon us, that they believe we should be aspiring to. They do not serve us at all. They think they're foolish. We manifest the opposite qualities of what the world believes we need to actually have. What a life! What a dramatic shift in direction we end up taking. Instead of going down into the pits of sin and despair that the world offers us when living a life of self-indulgence, self-centeredness, and selfishness, and we start to manifest different qualities when we walk this spiritual path, this narrowing path. They demand no rights. Okay, this is behaviors, right? We've talked about characteristics in the first paragraph. We're going to talk about behaviors right now, I believe. They demand no rights. They do not defend themselves. Because to be in confrontation, to be in demanding and to try to exact security out of this world is not the job of this world. That does not come from this world. That comes from that spiritual path we walk. That's where that strength comes from. That resolve comes from. We demand no rights. They do not defend themselves. We do not have to be in conflict with any other man, or the way we live and act and behave and conduct ourselves will speak more than any words we need to say. We do not retaliate. Again, we don't participate that. That's sinful behavior, isn't it? That's you've got to defend no, you don't. Your best defense is continue to act in a spiritual way of living, because anything else is moving backward and corrupting your character and actually working against what you would have yourself aspire to. They do good to those who attempt to injure them. That's a difficult one to swallow, isn't it? We still treat those who do us wrongly, perceivably. Well, see, actually, let's look at the wording on that. Do good to those who attempt to injure them. So there are those that would purposefully try to harm us physically or our reputation or our emotional well-being, mental well-being. We do good to them anyway, though they have no goodwill towards us. We maintain our positive and goodness towards them, because how they treat us is no bearing on how we act, right? I resolve to be honest regardless of circumstance or situation or individual. I resolve to be kind regardless of circumstance, situation, or individual. If it was determined by the person I was working with, person I was interacting with, then I would not be honest. I would not be true to what I was talking about. I would be malleable, and I would be, my character would be serving this world still instead of serving a power that I choose to serve. Manifest the same gentle spirit towards those who oppose and attack them as to those who agree with them. We treat all the same, and we treat all well. I think that's an important thing to say here. We treat everyone the same, those who would intend to do us harm to those who would intend to do us good. And we treat them all with the same gentle spirit. Because again, our conduct and our behavior is not conditional upon the circumstances we are presented with. Do not pass judgment on others. Condemn no man and no system, and live at peace with all. Because when we start living this way of life, we do not act in condemnation. We understand a person's behavior is directly influenced by their level of ignorance to their situation. And it does not take away from them to just not know. Because for a long time I did not know. Many did not know. And many will never know. And that's such a strong place to be. We do not pass judgment on others, condemn no man and no system, and live at peace with all. We live peacefully with all we encounter. He ends it with this, that kingdom is in the heart of every man and woman. I believe that to be true. I absolutely believe that to be true. Everybody in this lifetime, right now, on this planet, in this world, could turn. Everybody could turn to live this way of life and find this peace, this love, this joy that we are talking about here. So yeah, today was another one falling right in line with the last two, talking about finding a little the peace and the promised characteristics and the promised utopia of heaven currently right here within our own selves. We can find much of heaven right here on earth within ourselves when we just walk this spiritual walk and we truly abandon our old way of thinking and embrace this new way of thinking. It's an amazing, amazing concept that we all can participate in. So I am really looking forward to the way the rest of May ends, because there's no way it's not going to end strongly. Watch it prove me wrong, but just really excited about it. And I thank y'all for jumping on with me. I look forward to tomorrow's reading. So until then, thanks.